Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Was
Yes,
good, everyone.
sir.
Was good, everyone. The Knicks win tonight, beating the Chicago Bulls. Something that I'm pretty sure we all expected to happen, but I'm still happy it happened nonetheless, right? The
Facts.
Knicks win 116 to 100. Look like the defense is kind of back on par to what it should be, even though the Chicago Bulls is low key ass. But we're not going. Win is a win.
That
I
part.
mean, shout out to Mrs. Knicks. Shout out to Purple Knicks in the comments already. Yeah, I mean, if you're in the building, press like. That's important, and share. Yeah, I mean, because sharing is caring. Um, oh, Darlene's in the building. Absolutely. How you doing, Darlene? So first and foremost, how you doing tonight?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm amazing. I'm amazing. I'm amazing because our starting lineup is looking the way a starting lineup should be looking, and that makes me very happy. Uh, Beating the Chicago Bulls, like I said, is something that we all expected to happen, and we knew more than likely it was going to happen. They're a bad team. I mean, and they're missing some key pieces to it. They're a bad team, but looking at the way we played tonight, you can see that we are trending in the right direction. Especially on the defensive end. Shout out to OG and Ananobi because his impact and you can see his fit is immediate. Uh, you know, and I couldn't ask. Our bench definitely needs work. Winston IQ, obviously, but the way our starting five is playing makes me almost like we'll be all right. We need to pick somebody up, but for the meantime, in between time, we'll be all right. You feel me?
Mhm.
Yeah. Or we gonna get into all that, right? We gonna get into all that. So my quick takeaway from the game tonight is uh defense being back on point, right? And the ball movement, even to it has been amazing, even to our own detriment at times. Like it being almost too unselfish at times, and that's what won us this game because Chicago taking a bad loss the night before they came out with a spirited effort. You can tell they had their eyes on trying to win this game tonight. They did not come out and just lay down for the Knicks. They tried to actually go out there and get this one. But defense and the ball movement and our stars doing what they supposed to do was just a little bit too much for them. Any quick takeaways from the game before we get into specifics?
I mean, I'm just gonna say names: Isaiah Hartenstein, Julius Randle, Jalen Brunson, OG Anunoby. Period.
Yeah. All right. So we go. So I guess we could go right into the specifics, right? So yeah, facts. Who said that? Maddie Smooth. Shout out to my boy Maddie Smooth in the building. Absolutely. 0-2 since the trade. We undefeated in 2014. I mean 14. Jesus. 24. We undefeated in 2024, and it's beautiful. You know what I mean? Let's keep it rolling. Uh, I will say this. Shout out to shout out to Darlene. She done read my mind because I was about to get there. I will say this. If it wasn't for the turnovers in the first half, we'd have beat them by 40. And
Facts.
we'd have beat them by 40 if it wasn't for the turnovers. The offense was clicking all game. The turnovers, it just was, and like I said, that was us being unselfish to our detriment
Mhm.
at times, right? But when you go look at the Knicks and what we did box score wise, there's some wild shit happening tonight on the
That's a
box score.
fact.
So, because we don't talk about him as much, I want to start with iHeart. I
Man,
want to start with iHeart,
man,
Mr.
man.
AKA. Mr. AKA fuck around and find out. Cause that's that Mr. AKA fuck around and find out. 5 blocks today, 20 rebounds and 10 points. Crazy.
Bananas,
And
bro.
and shout out to him for taking his new position as the starter in replace of Mitchell Robinson personal. You know, him and Mitchell Robinson has a great relationship, and I think that also kind of bolsters him to go as hard as he always go hard, but pause. But I think the fact that he's replacing a friend and knowing the kind of impact that his friend had on a game is making him go even harder. And he's blocking everybody.
No easy baskets.
And they
None.
keep trying them. And they keep trying them. And that's why I'm calling him from now on, aka fuck around, Mr. aka fuck around to find out. Because a lot of people was finding out that you should not fuck around when he's in the paint. And it's beautiful to see. It's beautiful to see 20 rebounds against Andre Drummond. Now, we're
Right.
not talking about an average rebounder in Andre Drummond. We're talking about a historically great rebounder. Like, he's a historically great rebounder. He even had good rebounds tonight. I ain't going to hold you. Andre Drummond had 16 rebounds. But
Mm-hmm.
Ahart had 20. He had 20. 20, he was
7
20.
on the offensive board.
We were going to get into that too because it was an offensive sequence that was outrageous in this game. Michael Brown was good. Was good. Sean was good.
Yeah.
Sean found this page and ain't never leave, and I appreciate you. It was just random how he's like, yo, I was just scrolling and you popped up, and he ain't never leave since. Yeah, I mean, shout out to
That's
Sean.
love.
But yeah, iHeart, man, I'm super proud of this guy, man. And I remember when we signed him, and I was telling people like, hey, this is an underrated signing. Like, I don't think y'all understand how good this guy is. Like, and
Facts.
now he's getting the opportunity to show that he could easily be a starter in this league. You feel me? He was on the bench in the Clippers. Now he's playing, and he's showing that he could be a 100% starter in this league. I don't want to keep on rambling because I want your thoughts on iHeart's performance, and we're going to just go down the list as a team on each player. You know what I mean? So how you felt
Cause,
that?
Cause they all play so well tonight.
Absolutely, absolutely.
No, I mean, he's stepping into big shoes with Mitch being out. And he's giving us
Absolutely.
Mitch numbers. And so when we
Absolutely.
said shows and shows ago, when Mitch was playing, that Hartenstein could be a starter in this league on any other team. Hello, you seen it tonight. 20 rebounds. That is insane. And it was so funny because I'm talking to my boys while we're watching the game, and I'm like, 18 rebounds, 19 rebounds. Okay, Hartenstein, just give us 20. And like in that instance, he gave us 20. It was hilarious.
I
But
think I think everybody had that thought once he got the 19th rebound. It was like, oh, I'll get the 20th one. And literally, next possession, 20 rebounds.
right. And it was an offensive rebound at that, right?
Word.
But it, he is doing everything that we need him to do. And this is why I'm not too worried about our bench. We need a scorer for the bench, yes, but he's going to be on our bench once we're fully healthy. And so if he's doing this to starting centers, he's going to pulverize
Yeah,
backup centers.
yeah. So yeah, Alhart had an amazing game, and I'm gonna get into my thoughts about the bench, but yeah, Alhart had an amazing game, and shout out to him, right? So I wanted to start with him because he don't get as much flowers as everybody else does on this show,
Thanks.
and I thought it was imperative that we talk about Alhart. Now my boy Dante DiVincenzo in Fuego, Mister Mister Light him up, yeah, Mister Light him up, and and this is a beautiful part about this team and this roster because you got two guys that could sit on the corner, the elbows that are knockdown shooters now. As much as I love RJ, he left a big hole in our offense when it came to catch and shoot threes. And guys in their willingness to collapse on Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle. The Bulls fully committed to trying to collapse on Julius Randle tonight, and that bit them in the ass, especially in the first quarter because Dante was lighting them up. OG took a little bit longer to heat up, but Dante was lighting their ass up from 3 point range because you cannot collapse on our stars now. Everybody
Mhm.
can shoot. Everybody can shoot. And if even when you look at it, I'm gonna get back to talking about Dante, but even when you look at it, if Julius got the ball and he's in the paint, you got OG that can shoot, you got Dante that can shoot, you got uh Brunson that can shoot. I heart he don't leak out to the 3 point range, but if in the pinch, I wouldn't be 100% mad at him taking a 3 point shot. You feel me? Like
He's
even if
made a
that came,
couple.
yeah, even if it came down to that, I wouldn't be all the way mad, right? And then you could say the same thing vice versa for when Brunson gets in the paint. Julius Randle definitely could knock down an open 3 point shot. And everybody that I mentioned before, shout out to my guy, Jimmy J1 in the building. You already know the vibes. Michael Brown is in the building. You already know the vibes. Uh, yeah, but like I said, like Julius Randle, like you cannot collapse on this offense anymore. Now back to Dante DiVincenzo, and not only offensively, I love what Dante gives us defensively, as well as OG. You got guys that are attacking the passing lanes and trying to turn teams over. This is something that I said when we signed OG and we did the live. I said, hey, him and Dante playing passing lanes is going to be something fun to watch because they're going to turn a lot of people over. And that's exactly what they did tonight. You know, like I said, Bulls trash team, but they came out with spirit tonight because they got embarrassed last game. And our defense cooled their ass down because they shot amazing from 3 point range, but we shut them down in the paint. We turned them over a lot, and that was thanks to Dante and OG. But like I said, I don't want to ramble too much because I know I can because I could go down the list of everybody who played great. So I'm gonna ask Mrs. Nix what she felt about Dante DiVincenzo's play tonight.
I mean, Dante's doing what Dante does, right? When fans said who's gonna pick up IQ's points, bingo, right there. Every
I
game so
said
far.
said it literally that the next game after I said, did you not watch Dante drop 38? Like,
Right. That's who's going to pick up his points once he goes back to the bench. If he goes back to the bench, he may not go back to the bench,
yeah,
but
that's a
that's who's
fact.
going to pick up his points. Um, and like you said, him and OG on defense are the same person. But let's talk about offense. They're still the same person offensively. DiVincenzo's smaller, yes, but they both run, they both cut in, they both moving. Where RJ was very stagnant on offense, the same way Grimes was when he was in the starting lineup, and that's why we'll talk about it later. But Jalen Brunson's able to get the amount of assists he's getting because our guys are moving around.
Well, we definitely gonna talk about that. Yeah, I mean, we definitely gonna talk about that. But Dante DiVincenzo again, shout out to my front office
Facts.
because everybody was talking shit. Oh, see, CCA Mafia, they're bringing in Jalen
Yeah.
Brunson's friend. No, son can actually play fucking basketball. Like, he's good at it.
Facts.
He's good at it. Well, yeah. So boom, we covered Dante DiVincenzo. OG, because I'm gonna save our stars for last. OG, yet again. 11, 8, and 12, and 2. 11 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, and a whole bunch of shit that don't show up on the stat sheet.
Two
Right?
steals. Don't forget it. Don't forget
Oh
it.
yeah, 2 steals. And a whole bunch of other shit that don't show up on the stat sheet. Uh I really felt when he was guarding DeRozan, which is obviously their best player. DeRozan did have 28 points, but those minutes where OG was on him, he didn't have 28 points on OG. I think he started getting his shit off when Hart and Grimes was guarding him. Uh, and we've seen DeRozan do this to Hart and Grimes in previous matchups against them. They're just not tall enough. They're great defenders for their size with guys at their size, but DeRozan is like a solid 6'6", 6'7", and
Mhm.
mid-range magician. You feel me? And but when OG was on him, different story.
Facts.
Different story. And again, like I said, OJ perfect fit for this offense. Doesn't need the ball to be effective, and you see it. He cuts. Uh, Jalen Brunson caught him on a beautiful cut. I don't remember what quarter it was, but it was nice. And I'm like, the athleticism to just catch the ball and rise above with 2 hands and dunk the ball is something, again, RJ Barrett just didn't have. You feel me? And that's not a knock on RJ Barrett. Like I said, I love that kid. You feel me? But that's just something that he didn't have. You know what I mean? And to have that in OG on just a simple cut and could catch the ball, go up 2 hands on contact, like that is an added plus. And you could tell that Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson is looking for OG when he cuts to the basket. They're looking for him in that corner. I think already they have more confidence in OG in the corner and on cuts than they had in RJ Barrett. And that's saying a lot because they used to find RJ Barrett in the corner a lot.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? But OG again, there go my boy. I was waiting. I was hoping he pulled up. There go my boy. I was hoping you pulled up because we going down player by player. I was waiting till we get to Jalen Brunson for you. I was like, please, hope Kev pull up till we get to Jalen Brunson so I can say what I say. But to wrap up my shit about OG and him being a perfect fit, you could tell that it ain't even take a long time for our main guys to try to get acclimated to him being on the court. You know what I mean? And the offense looks 10 times better. So
Yep.
this is
Absolutely. I
Knicks.
mean, the
I'm
way
gonna
he
ask you the
spaces
same shit. Yeah,
the floor by itself is just it's crazy what one player going to the right side can do to our offense. And because we're playing such great defense, the way we're going out in transition so much more, it's it's amazing to see. I mean, you
absolutely.
as a fan, you don't even know how to put it into words sometimes because it's like this is all we've been asking for. Like his
Yeah,
impact is way beyond what his numbers show. Um, and it's only with 1 day of practice.
yeah,
That's the
yeah.
scary part.
It's only gonna get better. So, Kev,
Right.
yeah, I mean, we pretty much been going around the horn on each player. We at OG right now. So, tell me what you felt about OG's performance tonight.
Me personally, like the one thing I like the most is how much better he made us defensively.
Absolutely.
That to me is the most impressive out of everything else, bro. Like I always knew he could shoot the three. I always knew he was that pesky player that was gonna give you problems offensively, man. You cannot leave him alone because he's gonna knock down that shot, right? But
Absolutely.
but but to me, what I love the most is the defense, man. Like I can't wait to see him against guys like Jason Tatum and those teams. I want to see him against Jimmy Butler. Like, I want to see that. I can't wait
Yeah,
to see that, bro.
yeah. So, another thing to wrap up our synopsis on OG. I've watched some Raptors game when OG was still on a team. This season, it didn't seem like he was this engaged in playing defense on their team. Their defensive schemes were different. Sometimes I don't even think they put him on the best offensive player. Sometimes, right? But to see how instantly he's engaged on being disruptive and being an A1 defender for this team tells me he wants to be here. Like this is what I wanted. So I want to play for Coach Tibbs. I want to play defense the way they need me to play. It is very refreshing to see. Shout out to OG. Oh, so happy you were Nick. Can't wait till you get 100% acclimated with the team. And oh man, that's to Mrs. Nick's point. Like he is only one practice, and he's been this good. Only
Yeah.
one practice has been
Right.
this good. So now moving on to Jalen Brunson. I'm glad Kevin's here because let me read these stats first because this is another wild stat of the night. 31 points, 3 rebounds, and 13 assists. Crazy.
Say that again. Say that again.
31
Please.
points, 3 rebounds, and 13 assists. And I want Kev to be here, and I'm happy he's here because it was a thing. We was on Knicks Twitter, and Kev was battling on Twitter, and they said that Jalen Brunson was a ball hog, and Kev was like, "Yo, he's averaging like 5, 6 assists, but if guys were making their shots, he could easily average 8 to 9 assists a game." And since the trade, and guys are making his shots, he's averaging 13 and a half
13 and a
assists.
half.
Yo, y'all really have to put some respect on my boy Kev name because he's been right a lot.
Yo,
A
and I've
lot
been
of
trying to
things.
tell people, bro. Like, I've seen it so many times. Him pass the ball. Oh, he's a ball. I'm like, bro. I've seen him so many times get his teammates involved, and they just don't make
You hear me?
shots they need to make. And if not, bro, forget it. Look, you seeing it now. You're seeing it now. 2 games in 2 games.
Guys are
It's
making
it's it's amazing to see, bro. It's amazing to see, bro.
guys are making shots. You feel me? And
Yes.
that's the big difference. And 30 and 13 is kind of a crazy stat. He
I just
shot poorly the game before, but he had 14 assists because
Yo, bro. And
guys.
not only that though, right? Ever since the OG trade, everybody on the team is playing defense. Everybody. It's rubbing off on them, bro. It's rubbing off on them.
We was going to get there, but yeah, again, around the horn, everybody giving me their take on Jalen Brunson's play tonight.
I just want to know who's not the A1 player on the court. That's all I want to know. Who's not the A1 player?
That's a
Because,
fact.
bro, if that's not all-star, superstar numbers for a point guard, I don't know what is.
Facts.
Like, I don't know what people watching that we not watching. Like, we got to be watching a different guy, a different game on a different team because this man is something special.
Absolutely.
Like,
Kev. Oh, yeah, my fault.
no,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead, Gabe.
Yeah.
Nah, listen. I think that we always knew he had this in the bag. Getting his teammates involved, and then like you said, knocking down the shot all at the same time.
T-Time
Like
literally
what
said
he
it on last show.
what he shot from three? What he shot for three today?
4 for 9, 44%.
Look at that.
4 for 9. That's
bro.
good.
Yeah,
13
yo,
for
bro, your
22
man,
field goals.
yo, bro, like I love it, bro. I love this.
Absolutely. And save Big Drew for last, cause you know I'm gonna
Bully.
talk some shit. You know I'm gonna talk
Bully.
some shit. Hold on. You know I gotta get right. You know I gotta get right. You know I gotta get right. Hold on. You know I gotta get right. You know incoming tea time rant. Oh yes, indeed. Listen, man, y'all gotta really, all you Julius Randle haters and naysayers. Oh, I hope you ready to eat your words for my 3-time All Star, soon to be 3-time All Star, soon to be 3-time All NBA player, and he did that all as a Knick on high this season on the highest efficiency as his whole Knick tenure as a Knick. Oh, it's beautiful to see, and I know it's burning our soul because the things that y'all were hating on Julius Randle for wasn't really based on basketball. Now, y'all gotta find something else to make up. You gotta find something else to make up because if Julius Randle's playing basketball like he's playing right now, his shot selection right now is going to only transfer over to the playoffs. He got too much help now. You can't double, you can't collapse the paint on him now. He got too much help now. So when I can't wait till we get to the playoffs and we start getting the success in the playoffs and he start doing what he's doing now in the playoffs, then y'all gonna have to find something else to say about the guy. And shout out to him again for making player of the week. He's been on a since November. Yeah, since no December. Excuse me. Since the December or midway through November, I can't remember. He's been balling absolutely out of control. Out of
Yeah,
control.
he
He's
definitely
at like December. He averaged like 28 points per game and 10 rebounds. Is what?
28.8.
What are we talking about? And tonight he had 35? 35? What we talking about here? He's handing out work. Julius Randle tonight was amazing. Once he started getting back, he took some 3-point shots. I was like, all right, bro, let's get to the cup. And then he just started going, hey, okay, I missed some shots from 3. Now I'm going to get to the rack. It ain't nothing they could do about it. And exactly what happened. Julius Randle's playing with a lot of joy on the basketball court. It's dope to see. It is dope to see. And we didn't say this last time, but a knock against him was that he don't put up these kind of numbers against elite teams. He's been doing that. He's been doing
Facts.
that.
Yep.
We may not have won those games, but he put up numbers against the Bucks. He put up numbers against Boston. He put up numbers against the Timberwolves. Again, you gotta find new narratives about this guy, man. He's smiling,
Yeah.
high fiving his teammates. Like, well, what else? All the things. And to land the plane, I'm sorry, I'm being long winded. But to land the plane, that rumor about him being traded, cap,
Cap.
cap. Y'all do
I don't.
not. None of the beat writers have a post on what the New York Knicks is doing. They didn't even see. If they did, they would have predicted this trade for RJ Barrett and OG Anunoby. None of the beat writers that supposedly have a post on what the Knicks is doing had no mentions about that. Not a one. Not one person said, hey, my sources in the Knicks organization telling me that the Knicks is about to trade for OG Anunoby and RJ Barrett. No, nobody did that. Not one. All we got was the Woj bomb. That's all we got. But y'all still want to believe that These guys got the secret sauce to tell you that Julius Randle's going to get traded, and I'm going to land the plane there.
I don't
It's not
understand
happening.
where. Yeah, I don't understand where these rumors even start. Like they think just because RJ got traded and Emmanuel got traded now, like Leon Rose and Co. They specifically on building around Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson. Those are their guys. So I don't know why his name keeps coming up in trade talks. It's ridiculous. I think it's to get fans to react at this point, and fans always fall for the nonsense. Um, but as far as the way he's been playing, man, the one thing I will say I would like for him to work on is the turnovers. First half turnovers were killing me. They
Yeah,
were really killing me, But other than that, man, I love the way he's been playing, shooting less threes and taking it to the cup more, just bullying his way through everybody. That's the kind of play I love to see from him. Because we know like nobody could really stop that man when he started playing like that. Nobody, not even
right,
Giannis. And Giannis is one of the best players in the league, and he schooled Giannis even though we
right.
lost the game. But I never seen Giannis get outplayed like the way he got outplayed in that game against Julius Randle.
These are the
So
facts.
so man, I want him to continue to do that. I love the energy. I love that he's even showing love to the guys that's not on the team no more. You know
Facts.
what I mean? Like he shouting them out on IG and all that. Like I like that, bro. He's changing every year. He's getting more mature and more mature, and that's always good to see from your team leader. So
Absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah.
Facts.
Mrs. Knicks.
I mean, what is there more to say? Like he's being Julius. Like us fans, we have to sit back and put everything behind us at this point. If I can do it, anybody can. Like if you sit back and think about it, there may be only one other power forward in the game that's better than him numbers wise. And so I don't know why the trade talk is there at this point. Like it's clear as day from the trade for with OG that this team is being built around what we have right now. And game after game after game, he's showing us this is my team. I don't know
mhm.
what y'all talking about, but this is my team. And to be
Absolutely.
honest, I've never had since he's been a Knick, he has not looked this happy.
Word. Word. This is
Like
facts.
he looks like he's having straight fun on the court.
Word,
Facts.
word,
And
word.
that's because he hasn't been placed up until this point with the amount of shooters that we have around him right now.
Facts.
Yeah, yeah,
So
man.
fans need to get it. We need to support this team because they're gonna be something special.
Yeah, facts. Uh, I agree 110%. He is playing with a joy that we have not seen since he's been in Nick. Uh,
And,
maybe his
and
maybe his maybe his MIP year he was disjoyous because that was the highest level of basketball he's ever played. Now he's reached a level that most people thought he couldn't reach, and
Right,
this is sustainable. This is the point that is making me most happy because you look at the way he's playing, you don't be like, all right, he just hitting a whole bunch of 3 point shots right now. He just hot. He's playing basketball to a way that we already knew that he could play basketball. He was
right,
playing like this before he even was a Knick, but now he's being more efficient and taking the way he was playing before and equating that to a higher volume of shots. And now that's where you get the 28.9 points per game. You know what I mean? Like, and Mrs. Nick, I mean, not Mrs. Nick's my fault. Darlene said something. She said he's getting back on defense. This is something that I've said when we traded for OG. I said once he see OG hustling the way he's hustling, and everybody is on a string defensively, that's only going to force him to be better on the defensive end because Julius Randle is a very prideful player. He doesn't want to be the reason why the defense is not working. Whether you want to
Mm-hmm.
play defense or not, he's not going to want to be the one where everybody could be like, hey, you're the weak link.
Yeah.
But when you have a scapegoat like somebody like RJ Barrett, who more times than not was this season was bad on defense. Again, I love RJ Barrett. Now that he's not on my team, I'm just gonna be 100% honest about the boy. He was he was bad on offense. I mean defense a lot of times, and guys had to cover up for him. You know what I mean? And that gives Julius Randle a reason to be like, well, if he's stinking, like I gotta save all my energy for offense because he's not playing defense, nor is he scoring. So you know what I mean?
Facts.
It's a different
Yep.
energy around the team. And
Facts.
yeah, shout out to Jules for stepping up on the defensive end because I noticed that too. He played a lot of good defense tonight.
Yeah.
Yo,
And another
today
thing
he
is
was.
like his offense is in the groove of the game. He's not forcing it. He's not
Yup.
ball hogging. It's
Yup.
in the groove. And that's what's making this offense scary.
Yeah, was a
Nah,
fat
that's a
cat.
good
You was about to
point.
say something?
That that's a good point. Like, before he felt there was like more pressure on him to do certain things, and he would put a lot of pressure on himself. He would force himself to take bad shots or force a turnover, like things like that. And you don't see him doing that no more. Now he's making smart decisions. I think he has more confidence in his teammates. Like I feel like he knows like these guys are gonna knock down their shots. Like him and DiVincenzo is like I think they have this little tandem going on right now. Every time he hit DiVincenzo wide open for a pass, he knocked that shit down all the time, bro. That dude
Yeah.
is money. That dude is money.
The one thing that I need Julian Randle to stop doing is throwing the basketball 100 miles an hour.
Oh yeah,
Like
yeah, I hate that. Yeah, I
yeah,
hate
and
that.
I think that's the to me like the spin move so much is not as much of an issue because if guys is on whoever man that is, it's their job to alert Julius Randle that somebody's creeping on him, right? And we saw that earlier. We saw that early in the game with Deuce, where Julius Randle was about to go into his spin move, and Deuce's man caught the steal. And even Alan Hahn said, "He said, oh, Julius Randle will have a conversation with Deuce about alerting him because when I feel like when that happens, especially earlier in the season, not earlier, but like a few games ago, when guys were letting Julius Randle know that the double is coming, he'll raise the ball out the way and find the pass. But if you don't let him know, like he's going to turn the ball over. So it's partially his fault, but it's partially not his fault, right?
Yeah.
And he just needs to stop throwing 100 miles an hour fastball. And if he stop doing that, you'll see his turnovers drastically decline. Because to me, I think, excuse me, if he turn over the ball 4 times, 2 of them is because he threw the ball too fast, right?
Right.
So, so if
Word.
he does that, he'll just be better with turnovers overall. And if you in the building, press like for your peoples, you heard, then sharing is caring, you heard. Like that's
Yep.
always a thing. If you're in a building, press like and sharing is always caring. But yeah, moving on from Julius Randle, another thing y'all gotta start putting some respect on is Coach Tommy T and his offense because I don't know what game. I see a lot of people complaining about Coach Tommy T's offense, and I'm just confused as to what games they be watching. Because if you look at the offensive numbers, that ain't been a problem recently. Because I'm about to
Nope.
I'm about to read out some final Knicks scores. 116 tonight. 112 against the Timberwolves. Not great, but not bad. 126 against the Pacers. We didn't score two. We all know the Orlando game was bad offensively. That game was just abysmal. 120 against the Thunder. 129 against the Bucks. 111 against the Bucks. 121 against Brooklyn. Like, we are scoring above 110 points most of the time.
Yup.
But yet, we get criticism from Coach Tommy T about his offense. Again, I have my disagreements with Coach Tommy T, and y'all know my motto when it comes to him. I won't be the fool to argue results. And result-wise, offensively, I can't really argue. I can't really argue. And then when you talk about when you was criticizing him defensively, like, oh, I thought he was supposed to be this defensive genius. And guess what? You got rid of some dead weight on the defensive end. He's looking like a defensive genius again.
Yup.
I won't be the fool. You got to put some respect on Coach Tommy T name, man. He's an old fossil. I still hate his rotation sometimes, but I won't be the fool to argue results, man.
Facts.
Yeah, you can't, man. Like it's coming to the point where like I forget I gotta check what's our offensive rating ranking. I think we're climbing. I think we
Absolutely.
should
Hold
be
on.
at least. I think we should be in almost near the top 10 in our offensive rating at this point. The way we've been scoring points lately, as of late.
Yeah, just give me 2 seconds. I
I
know
tell
Mrs.
you,
Nix is doing the same thing that I'm doing right now.
Yep.
yeah, it gotta be up there in the nearest to top 10. It has to be because the way we've been scoring the ball as a
We
team as of
nine.
late. Bro,
We're
look
We
at that.
nine.
nine.
See,
Yeah, we nine.
see. And it's only gonna get better. Wait until guys start getting more comfortable, like with OG and Ananobi. Once he gets more comfortable in the offense, forget it, bro. Watch. And
Yeah,
defensively, wait. Our defensive rating is gonna start going up as well.
we
That's gonna
19
pick
right
up.
now. We
Yeah,
19 right now, but yeah, that's
we'll,
definitely
we'll
gonna
be.
pick up.
It's gonna
My
pick
fault,
up.
Kev. Go ahead.
Nah, it's gonna
Yeah,
pick
no,
up.
yeah,
It's
I
gonna pick up.
agree. That
Mhm.
we gave up a lot of 130 uh games to opposing teams, and I don't see that happen too much more. The way
Right.
that our heart is playing, the way Julius is picking it up on the defensive end, the way that you got OG and DiVincenzo on the what you call it, the perimeter. Even the bench plays defense pretty well. Their problem is just scoring. Like
Yeah.
we played, yeah, their problem is scoring. They play defense pretty well. I think Coach Tommy T is making a mistake that playing Precious at the five, and I get what he's trying to do. OG is serviceable at the four. Yeah, I mean, so we see OG getting back up 4 minutes, but Precious is not a prototypical five. In the last two games, he's had to go up against like real centers, like Drummond and what you call it, and Gobert. So it looks worse than it really is, but he got to give Sims some minutes back. Like Sims is a better matchup against Drummond and Gobert than Precious Achua. You know what I mean? Like
Yo,
that.
I ain't gonna hold you though, man. Like iHeart has been so impressive to me as of late, bro.
Oh, I'm not saying take Ihart out the starting
No, no,
lineup.
no, no. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying in general. I'm just saying in
Yeah.
general.
He missed the iHeart talk.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
I
nah.
missed that part. Yeah, I missed
Yeah,
that
yeah.
part.
We was singing my boy praises because that was crazy. Yeah, 20 rebounds tonight against Andre Drummond, somebody who is a solidified rebounder. And I ain't even gonna lie, I said it. Andre Drummond didn't even do bad on the boards tonight. He had 16 rebounds. He did amazing on the boards
Yeah,
tonight. but he still
Yeah.
got out rebounded by Alhart. And then you add
Facts.
5 blocks to that. It's crazy talk. I said, you add Alhart new name is Mr. Fuck Around and Find Out. You feel me? Because that
He's
you will fuck
canceling
around.
Christmas on everybody, bro.
You pulling up to the
Canceling
rack,
Christmas, B.
and they keep trying, my boy. They keep trying them, and they fucking around and finding out. And it's beautiful to see. I'm gonna reiterate. I think that he's taking this personal, being that his man Mitchell Robinson is hurt. They real close friends, and knowing that he is his backup, he's taking a little bit more ownership on that. Like, yeah, I'm gonna hold it down for my dog. You know what I mean? Because his dog was on pace to be all defensive team this year. And guess what? If our heart keep on playing like this, he gonna be on pace to be all defensive team this year. Like,
That is
Word,
the truth.
bro.
and
Word.
that's
Word.
it's crazy, man. But I ain't gonna be here too much longer. I gotta go to work, and the Hennessy is starting to kick in. I ain't gonna lie. But
Word.
we, as a team, we are looking impressive. I don't think our front office is done making moves yet. We really gonna find out what's going down in about 3 more games. In 3 more games, we gonna find out if the Knicks is gonna make another move or not. Because I really think. Oh, I got another rant. I got another rant.
Yeah, me
But
too.
so so
I do too.
so I I've been talking a lot. So who need the sound first? How about who
Yeah,
need the
ladies
sound?
first. Ladies first. Ladies
I
first.
got you. It's a mix. It's a Mrs. Knicks rant.
So yesterday, I'm home and my boyfriend comes in the room. Did you see this podcast? And he goes on to show me the Gilbert Arenas podcast. So we gonna talk real quick because y'all former basketball players clearly don't know a goddamn thing and don't watch these Knicks. Cause how dare you say just pack up our front office? They don't know what they doing. Just trade Jalen Brunson. Trade Julius Randle. Bro, what are you watching, my guy? They not superstars. Just pack them up. Go get, what did he say? Jalen Green? Are you fucking stupid?
Oh my
He said
God.
he said
Oh my
get a real
God.
star like Jalen Green.
Oh
But then if
my
you listen to the rest of
God.
it after that part, he goes, yeah, because he's more marketable. He could take off his shirt and you could put him on a billboard in New York. Since when that fucking wins basketball games, my guy?
That's a
Facts.
fact.
Talk
Fact.
about it. Talk
We not
about it.
trading Brunson. We
That's
not
a
trading
fact.
Randall. And this is why fans go crazy because you got dumbass former basketball players on top of beat writers and ESPN talking about trade this, trade that. Bro, y'all need to keep our name out your mouth. At the end of the day, we ain't been shit for decades. Why y'all still talking about us like this?
Yo, can I
You can go,
piggyback
Kev.
off that for 2 seconds? Kev, I got you. 2 seconds.
Go ahead.
Right. First of all them goofies on that podcast. You
Goofy.
got McCants sitting there with a fucking crown on his head like he was ever that guy. You were never that guy. You had to go play overseas because the NBA didn't want you for a while. You were never that guy. But yet you sit there and talk like you was that guy. And Gilbert Arenas as well. You had
Right.
2 good years, bro. You was in the NBA for almost 10 years. You had 2 good years. 2. But you be sitting there talking like you was Kobe Bryant or Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Steph Curry. Like you was on that level, but you sit there and talk like that. You had 2 good years and got kicked out because you're an idiot.
You got kicked out the league because you had a gun in the locker room.
Like I said, because he was an idiot. And to Mrs. Nick's point, Jalen Green averaged 17 points a game on 40% shooting for the field. How the fuck is he a star? A superstar? And we need to trade Jalen Brunson for that fucking guy? 17 points a game on 40% shooting? Shut your filthy fucking mouth. My bad, Kev. Here you go. Kev rent coming right now. You heard?
You know, my rant is about the front office, like, Anna was saying, like the amount of disrespect that they get is just unbelievable to me, bro. Like, granted, they did say, okay, listen, we're gonna try to get y'all a star. It hasn't happened, but I get why it hasn't happened. They don't feel like getting fleeced, and I understand it. Fans have to understand that. They tried to get stars. They tried. They tried their hardest to get Donovan Mitchell. It did not work. It did not work. And guess what? We still gave him that work in the playoffs. So obviously they did something right. They're doing something right. You got to put some respect on this front office name. They're not just making moves just to make moves. They're making smart decisions. Like this last decision that they just made. They sacrificed two of our young kids and brought in a piece that completely changed the whole dynamic of this team.
Hmm.
We look like a whole different team, especially on defense. Yo, bro, I'm impressed. Like, really, I am. I'm like, yo, I'm like, okay, if this continues to happen, yo, it's gonna be a problem. You know, they tried to get DeJounte Murray when he was available in trade talks. A
And they
lot of
still might
people
get him.
don't remember that. They tried to get him, and
Still
he
might get him,
chose
Kev.
Atlanta. Huh?
They still might get him.
And they still might get him. You know, and the amount of trades, like everybody's like, yo, we got fleeced, but how did we get fleeced? Nobody's been able to sit down and explain to me how the Toronto Raptors fleeced us.
Because they didn't.
Because they did. Because they did.
You
Yo,
know what I mean? Like, yo, bro, I feel like it, to me, I don't feel neither team got fleeced. I feel like it worked out for both teams. Both teams won this trade. That's how I feel.
That's a fact.
absolutely.
And let me not say, let's go back to that. They brought in superstars. They brought in stars. Stars that we've created on our team.
Right,
Absolutely.
They brought in
right.
Brunson. They brought in Randall. They made their names on our team. So they brought in the right
Absolutely.
And
pieces. And every trade they've made thus far, from the first Rose trade to the Josh Hart trade to the OG trade, has been the trade that the team needed at that moment.
And even when
another
the
rant.
trade and even if real quick, Kev, even when the trade didn't even work for out the way that we expected to, it was to address a need on a team. Even if you go back to the Kemba Walker and Evan Fournier situation, it's because we needed scoring from the point guard position, which was what Kemba Walker was supposed to bring, and we needed more perimeter shooting, which was what Evan Fournier was supposed to
It
bring.
just didn't work.
Unfortunately, it didn't work out. But on paper, that looked like the right move. You know what I mean? Like, so the front office, they they hit more than they missed. Kev, you say you got another rant? I got you, brother. Go
Another
ahead.
rant. I got another thing I gotta say. The fact that you keep on sleeping on the front office with the draft picks. Oh, before it was these draft picks don't got no value. None of these draft picks have value. This, that, and the third. Now all of a sudden, oh, the Knicks draft picks have value. Since when? Before they didn't. So now all of a sudden, all these draft, it's like the flip flopping with the content creators and the media and Stephen A. Smith is like what I don't understand, yo. I don't
That's where my
understand.
rant
Like
is going.
we finally have a front office that be making smart decisions. They make smart moves, and y'all still find ways to nitpick and find ways to criticize them. I just don't understand it. It's confusing to me, bro.
And realistically, if you think about it, if they weren't making the right moves, I'm 100%, I'm 1,000% sure James Dolan would have jumped right in.
Oh, word.
We know it. We know
Yo,
it's a fact. He
that's why
been
Phil
so
Jackson didn't
quiet,
even last that long.
saying, huh?
That's why Phil Jackson didn't even last long.
Exactly. His quietness tells us that we doing something correctly.
Yeah.
Salute, salute.
So boom, and my rant is about to wrap tonight up. It's tea time rant. So check it. My rant is to
Salute
who
tonight.
Kev just mentioned, Stephen A. Smith. Uh, bro, what's your thing with Donovan Mitchell, bro? Yeah, and I don't never really try to bring it personal, but it's getting annoying at this point. Like, what's your thing? You got a love affair with Donovan Mitchell or something, man? What's up?
Yo, word, bro.
You you acting like the way that you attack this front office is like a scorned girlfriend didn't get Valentine's Day gift or something, man. You look like a bitter baby mama or something when it comes to this front office, man. Why can't you just go, hey, that OG trade was a good trade. It was a good trade. It was a good piece that they needed. Why can't you do that? Why can't you? I'm not moved. I'm not moved. Go get me Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell ain't it. He ain't it. He ain't it. We're better than the Cavaliers, bro. We've been better
Facts.
than the Cavaliers, bro. When they was healthy, when they injured, no matter how you slice it, we've been better than them with Donovan Mitchell. Jalen Brunson's been better than Donovan Mitchell. But yet still, all you can say, give me Donovan Mitchell because you just want a name to
Yo,
complain about when he doesn't fulfill the fantasy, the wet dream that you have. Because at
facts.
this point, it's a wet dream. It's a wet dream that this man has about Donovan Mitchell. The way that every time the Knicks make a move, it's not Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell is a number putter upper. He's a number putter upper. You feel me? Like it looks nice on the box score, but it ain't no substance to it. Like he's still putting up numbers. He's still getting 25 plus a game. But guess what? The Cavaliers are losing. They're
Word.
losing. And at the beginning of the season, him and everybody else that sit at ESPN and all these podcasts would have put the Cavaliers above the Knicks. Why? Because they got Donovan Mitchell. Oh my God, Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell, Donovan Mitchell. Jalen Brunson gives him crazy work every time. Every time.
Word.
Facts.
Every time. But yet
Word.
still, I gotta watch this man profess himself as a Knicks fan and be like, oh, Donovan Mitchell, Donovan Mitchell. Yo, bro, you care more about highlights than actually getting the job done. I care more about
Word.
getting the job done than highlights. I'd rather have a boring ass looking team that's racking up W's than having a guy who can jump and maybe give me 50 points every other couple games and lose and lose. Because, yo, as much as you talking about we need a bona fide superstar, if Donovan Mitchell was that, tell me why he's never been to a conference finals. If he's that guy, like you
Mm-mm.
say he is, If he's that guy, like you say he is. He's not that guy like you think he is. And my guy, shout out to my guy Scotty P. Kev could tell you, I've been saying it since the early stages of Nixon-ish. And Scott Perry we trust. And Scott Perry
Yup.
said, we don't think he's the kind of player that can carry a franchise. Scott Perry said that. Scott Perry is a major cog, and as much as we give Leon Rose and Worldwide West credit, Scott Perry is a major cog in why the Knicks is good as they are right now. He had the ad forward vision. Just Leon Rose helped make that vision into fruition. And Scott Perry said that they didn't believe that Donovan Mitchell was a guy that could carry a franchise by himself. That's why they didn't want to make the trade and break up the team to bring him here to have to carry the Knicks by himself because he's not that guy. You know who does fit this team well and won't cost as much? Now, if Stephen A. Smith was a real Knicks fan and cared more about the success of the Knicks than having just a name on the team, he would be saying, go get me DeJounte Murray.
Yep.
Oh, that OG trade was fire. Go get me DeJounte Murray because he fits the way the team is now. He fits what the team is now. Because if you go get Donovan Mitchell, you're going to have to give up. I don't even think we have enough with Mitchell Robinson being injured and giving up RJ Barrett and quickly to even go get Donovan Mitchell anymore, right?
Well, I mean, for Donovan Mitchell, like a trade for Donovan Mitchell right now, it'll probably be something like Quentin Grimes, Mitchell Robinson, Evan Fournier because of his contract, and like 3 first
Bro,
round picks.
it
Hell
don't
no.
even it don't fit
Hell
what we do
no.
because Donovan Mitchell can't play no fucking defense. So we're gonna have
Right.
to
I agree.
we're gonna have a starting backcourt that don't play no defense and a front court that's above average in defense, and we have a really that's above average to almost really 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 good in defense, and that's going to nullify how good the front court is in defense because they're going to have to try to make up for all the mistakes that our undersized backcourt is going to be making.
Right.
So no, we do not need Donovan Mitchell. Like, let him stay where he at. Let him stay where he at. Let's keep whipping his ass every time we play him.
One less team we
Every
got to
time we
worry about.
every time we play him, we're gonna whip his ass. We play him in the playoffs. Guess what? Jalen Brunson gonna give him work again, crazy work. Yeah, I mean, it disgusts me. And I see not only Stephen A. Smith, I see people on social media the same thing. It ain't Donovan Mitchell. Fuck Donovan Mitchell. Not as a person, obviously, because I don't know him, but fuck him as far as we need him on our team. No, let him stay where he's at. Let him stay where
Yep.
he's at. Because
Yep.
I have 2 all-stars on my team. And
Mm-hmm.
a really good supporting cast. The bench could need some upgrading. And if we get DeJounte Murray, I don't think the bench gonna need upgrading because that's gonna push Dante DiVincenzo to the bench. And I have the utmost confidence that Dante DiVincenzo could be a problem coming off the bench for us. And end the rent. Stephen A. Smith, shut the fuck up. End the rent.
Stephen A. Shut the fuck up.
Word.
End the rent.
Word.
We go.
Word.
And for everybody who think we don't pose a threat to anybody in the playoffs or the top 3 teams in the playoffs, I can't wait to shut you motherfuckers up. Can't wait. Can't wait. Yes, I don't think we're going to win a championship this year, but are we something to be feared? Absolutely. Absolutely. Because teams know, yo, they're going to play hard. They're going to play physical. They're going to fuck us up. Like, if you watch the way Julius Randle plays, you know guys is going home sore.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
NBA players don't like that shit.
And that's
Like,
from one game. Imagine a series. A series is a whole different monster. You got that
Yo,
big body bumping into you in a series.
you saw how Jared Allen and Evan Mobley, they was like, man, we was beat. The lights were too bright.
listen, man. And now we got people. We got not only do we have the comprehensive talent to surround against around Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson. These guys also have championship experience. Like guys that's not going to be rattled by the moment in the playoffs. Like these guys know what. Like granted, OG was hurt the year that they won the championship in Toronto, but he's been to multiple playoffs, multiple deep runs in the playoffs. You know what I mean? Like, so the playoffs ain't nothing new to him. Same thing with Dante DiVincenzo. He was hurt when Milwaukee won, but he had multiple deep runs with Milwaukee and Golden State. So it's different now. You know what I mean? It's different now. And if Julius Randle keep the mindset that I'm going to beat everybody up that guards me, we know
Right.
what Jalen Brunson going to do in the playoffs because he's always elevated his game in the playoffs. So, last thing I meant to mention about the bench is guys on the bench got to stop looking so scared. Deuce McBride can play basketball. He just needs to be more aggressive. It's annoying. It was times tonight that I saw he had a little lane to get into the paint, and he make a quick move, then he pulls back out. I'm like, yo, bro, you gotta stop being scared to fuck up. Like he's playing like he's scared to fuck up. And once he get over that, which I believe he will soon, because Coach Simon T is gonna have a conversation with him. Like, hey, bro, you gotta attack here. Like just playing on the perimeter and taking a few dribbles and passing the ball as a point guard is kind of wild. It's kind of wild. You know what I mean? Quentin Grimes is starting to get more into the flow of things. But as a whole, as a whole, I think the second unit is timid. You know what I mean? And they need to get less timid. And I think if they do that, we'll be better off. And I'm going to land the plane there. If y'all got any final remarks, let's do that so we can be out of here.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree with you with the bench and Quentin and Deuce, but I also think them not really having a true second unit yet because Coach Tommy T been mixing it up with like some starters
Yeah,
into with the bench. So once we have a more solidified what it's gonna look like, who's gonna be taking that lead with that bench, whether it
yeah.
be OG. It was OG the other night, and then it was Julius tonight. So once they finalize it, I think it may flow a little bit better. But yeah, we need a little bit more from them. Maybe like 12 to 14 from Quentin, and maybe like 10 from McBride. If we can get there, then we really be unstoppable. Um, I look forward to seeing what this team could do against Philly next game. It's going to be a good
If
one. It's going to show us
Embiid
where
is
we
back,
really at.
Yup.
Embiid is back. Oh man.
Yup.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Yeah. This is gonna be a huge test for
facts.
But
Hartenstein.
the thing is now we got OG, so we could put him on Tobias Harris. Like we got options now. You know what I mean? We could
And I
put
think
Dante DiVincenzo on Tyrese Maxey. We
great
got
matchup.
options.
I
Yeah, we
think
got options.
yeah, I think Dante on Tyrese Maxey is a great matchup. My
Hmm.
biggest
Yeah,
concern in this game, like not really too worried about Tobias Harris. We know he can be explosive, but I'm not too worried about him. My biggest worry is our heart staying out of foul trouble. Uh, you
yeah,
know, Embiid is a foul merchant. You know what I mean? He's definitely a foul merchant. He's going to be looking to get our heart in 2000 on the bench, and our heart has to be aware of that. And again, he's one of those players who's going to do what they do, and our heart need to have that mindset. Like, he's going to score, and my
Yep.
job is just to be a body in front of him. That's it. And everybody else's job is to stop everybody else from having big games. You feel me? And yeah, we'd be all right. I think we won that game.
I agree.
Yeah,
I
we won
agree.
that game.
I think that the key players, like always, man. I need Julius Randle to keep playing the way he's playing. Jalen Brunson the same way. Um, I think once Deuce McBride remember this is his second game, so I think once he gets more and more comfortable out there, I feel like his shot is gonna get dropped. Is gonna drop eventually. Um, I like the hustle he gives us on the defensive end. Always, he's always ready for that, and I want to see I want to see what he gives us on Friday too.
Yeah.
And just play smart, man, because we are playing one of the I think what the Sixers are the third ranked team, right?
If I'm not mistaken, yes. Hold on. I'm gonna double
Yeah,
check because I'm
yeah.
yeah.
They're
Celtics
third,
versus Sixers.
right? So I feel like as long as we play smart and watch the turnovers, I think we should be in good shape.
Yeah. Facts. Yeah, shout out to everybody that pulled up tonight. You know what I mean? Really appreciate y'all. Again, press that like button. Sharing is always caring. If you enjoy what we do and you're here, it only makes sense that you want to share this experience with other people. It only makes sense. uh, yeah, and we holler next time. You heard? Let's go.